Okay. A lot of I listen to a lot of podcasts, and you get guys talking about, kids today. Peterson talks about it. I know Stefan Molyneux spoke on it many times, where, the helicopter parents, and you got to let your kids take some risk and take calculated risks to grow and develop and all that. I totally get that. Parents that are just totally on their kids all the time. That's nuts. We didn't have that in my generation. They say we were free range, and there's a lot of truth to that. But there is something today, which happened back then, but not with the amount of frequency that it happens today. And this is something that you cannot hold back on. You cannot, if you're watching your kids constantly, you got to know where they are constantly. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm talking about child predators and this kind of, I'll just leave it at that. The predation on children. That's off the charts. I'm in California, and they do these, this started when they did the lockdowns. I mean, they started doing this when the lockdown started, where the sheriff's department, and it's not a hearsay thing. It's not he said, she said. They get online, the sheriff gets online acting as a child, a minor, 8, 10, 12 years old, and saying things, going to these sites, and all of these grown men trying to hook up with little children. And they get 30, 40, 50 guys at a whack. We got 1 million people living here. But these are people online searching for children to hook up with, like that, I can't remember the old TV show, but Catch a Predator. This kind of stuff. That's the gist of it. That's off the hook. So my niece has 4 little boys, and we know where the kids are at all times. They do not walk the streets. There's plenty of, they play all over this place. But if they were in a track home somewhere in a block with a whole bunch of houses, the kids would not be walking up and down the street going into people's homes. That's just not going to happen today. Back in the day when I was a kid, yeah, you disappear till 8, 9 o'clock at night or whatever the case is. Nothing happened to you. You made it home, time for dinner, whatever the case was. Those days are gone. Okay. So I understand what these guys are saying. Hey, you got to let your kid take these educated, judging risk is very important to develop. I totally get that. It's totally true. Peterson talks about, like I said, all these other guys talk about that. But to allow your kids enough freedom to make them available to all of these individuals out there, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to have some. Well, you can't iron your kid all the time. He has no chance to get out there. No, he doesn't. That ain't gonna happen to our kids. It's that bad. That's sad. But I understand what they're saying. There's a certain amount of freedom that kids need to have to develop. I totally get that. But you cannot have your eyes off your kids, at least here where I'm at in California. You cannot have your eyes off the kids, or where they're somewhere where you don't know what's going on over there, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Because the odds are so great that something's going to happen. And that's really sad. You can keep your eye on them. Love you. God bless.